When you talk to hospitals and healthcare providers, they talk about the three S's. This is, again, a Worley map. You want to keep people alive, so you need carrying capacity where you live. You can't go to a hospital 3 states away. You need carrying capacity where you live. They will always talk about the three S's: space, supplies, and staff. So if you have 100 beds, you do not have 100-bed capacity. If you only have 80 staffed beds, you don't have an 80-bed capacity if you only have enough supplies for 60 of those 80 staff beds. So when you want to give them more money, they're trying to solve for which of the three S's are the constraint. And this is their good faith and earnest belief model. During the pandemic, each of them had record high strains. Some of those strains caused strains on the other, like the lack of PPE and personal protective equipment, hurt the staffing levels. Supply chains disrupted other things. So this was pretty hard, and we wrote a lot about it during our CISA report. But I wanted to enhance the model because we'll show some hard data science in a second. But it wasn't just that people were dying, and it wasn't just that older people were dying, and they weren't just dying from COVID. At the 1-year mark of the pandemic, when the country had lost 500,000 Americans, 500,000, to COVID, what no one was talking about is we had lost 150,000 additional Americans to what's called excess deaths from non-COVID conditions. And unlike COVID, these were the fastest growing demographic were 25 to 44-year-olds. And because of the empathy we had built in I Am the Cavalry, we knew that delays for time-sensitive conditions increase mortality rates. Minutes for heart, hours for brain, days for pulmonary. The second and really important thing for this room, because we do not contextualize the cyber risk that we talk about, it's med tech. So while we talk about the three S's, the hidden S is medical technology. Because a nurse in a natal intensive care unit in 1990 could handle safely about 3 babies. They had to go baby to baby to baby. Armed with modern technology, they can now handle 12, 15, 18 concurrently. So it's a force multiplier of staff. And the unavailability of that technology undermines that force multiplier. So a ransom of the equipment they depend upon hurts your carrying capacity and people die.